Maybe I've always loved acting for a camera or an audience, and I just haven't realized that until a few years ago. But one thing I do know is that I just love having fun and being silly, and now I especially love to make funny videos for people all over the world. I think I enjoy it so much because the process is personally fun for me, and it really pays off in the end to know that you've made a good product and that you could make a person feel good and brighten their day as a result. It's a very rewarding feeling that I get from almost all the videos that I've made in the past, and especially now. Growing up, I had pretty normal influences as a kid. I enjoyed the usual kids shows that one would watch growing up, like Thomas the Tank Engine, Blue's Clues, and Sesame Street, but I think it was definitely Star Wars that jump-started my love for sci-fi movies, John Williams, and movies in general. I first saw episode 4 when I was either 6 or 7, and when I watched part of it for the very first time, I was actually confused because I had seen nothing like it. I remember when I heard Darth Vader talking for the first time. That's where I was especially confused because I couldn't tell if he was the one talking or if someone else that wasn't on screen was talking.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take it away!
But over time, and especially with the sequel trilogy coming out, I better came to understand and love the Star Wars movies like so many other people do. There was one day, maybe in spring of 2016, that I learned you can make your own YouTube channel and post your own content to YouTube for all the world to see. And when I learned that, I was sort of like, where's this been my whole life? So I made my own channel, called it Bricks Flicks. I posted lots of Lego content on there because I really like playing with Legos and just creating things. The videos I made were usually of me showcasing or building things around Star Wars and Lego Star Wars sets.
Hey, this is Hayden here. Hello guys, this is Hayden here. Hey guys, this is Hayden here. Hey guys, this is Hayden here. And today I'm going to show you how to build a Lego Star Wars Super R2D2. A Lego bazooka. A Lego gun that fires. Tiny First Order TIE Fighter. An alternative build of my Lego Star Wars TIE Fighter.
I kept doing that for probably a few months, then I kind of just stopped for no reason. I think it was just the beginning of spring when we went down south to a little resort we commonly like to stay at called Eagle Crest. One morning I was going into my parents' bathroom, maybe to get something, and one of them was watching some comedian do a stand-up show on their phone while they were getting ready. Out of curiosity, I watched along, and I definitely got a few great laughs from watching him tell personal stories and cracking jokes. It definitely compelled me to look more into who he was and what shows he had done. That comedian was Jim Gaffigan.
We're a farmer's market.
No. That's what we do, we nail it to their foot!
Here's something you'll never hear in a Waffle House. Nice job cleaning up!
You leave an American public restroom with PTSD.
He looks like a Mormon.
And from that point on, maybe once a month or so, I'd watch one of his shows, and it was he and some other later influences that really got me into comedy and entertaining people. I loved Star Wars for quite some time at this point, but it was either 2018 or earlier that I had discovered Star Wars documentaries and behind-the-scenes videos on YouTube. And I think in some ways, I enjoyed watching those more than the actual movies. I was just so mesmerized and inspired by all the work that went into making the movies great and how certain scenes and effects were accomplished to get the groundbreaking final product we all got. The story of George Lucas's past and the struggles of making Star Wars were also really inspiring to me because it taught me that great products take lots of time to create. It was also in 2018 that I started posting more Lego Star Wars content on my YouTube channel after a pointless 2-year break. And I kept posting that kind of content until late 2019 when things really started to change. It was probably around summer when my parents had reunited with some old high school friends at a reunion. They came over to our house in October, brought their kids along, and me and my brother quickly became good friends with them. We went over to their house for the first time in either November or February the next year, where they had some of their friends come over, so it was one big friend gathering. Our parents left, probably to go to a bar or something, and we were left to govern ourselves. We were a bit bored at first, but I learned that in iMovie, which is what I use to make my videos, there were movie trailer templates you could use and edit if you wanted to make a good-looking movie trailer. So all of us sort of just played around with it a little bit. We shot some shots, made up a story along the way, and yeah, we created a little silly little horror movie trailer. I believe that night was the turning point for me because I just had so much fun creating the trailer that I want to do it more often. It was around the time of the pandemic when I really got into making videos and fake movie trailers, partially just because I had so much time to do so. Within the first few weeks or so, and even before quarantine began, I had started making some trailers on my own, and I would usually get my brother involved from time to time. At first they were kind of messy in that they just had a general plot they stuck to, and some of the shots used in the trailers were completely random and unrelated to the subject matter. For example, in a fake movie trailer I made about a spy, there was literally just like one shot of a Lego brick-built Porg from Star Wars. I'm sure I included it to be funny, but it wasn't really funny in the context of the trailer and what it was setting up. Luckily, with each video I made, the better I got, and it wasn't long before one of my videos made the news.
Welcome to our first ever and probably only ever quarantine beaver freezer. With the cancellation of many events due to COVID-19, we decided to set up our own triathlon here at home.
For context, my parents were athletes in their free time, and one of my mom's triathlons, the Beaver Freezer, was canceled due to the pandemic. So I had an idea that my mom could still do the triathlon, except we would just do it in the house using gym equipment. So I filmed it, added music and other effects, put it on YouTube and Facebook, and yeah, the rest is history.
Congratulations, it really is a great video.
After that was really when I started making more comedy skits instead of trailers. I also started experimenting with a lot more things like choreography and doing a show, and I kept going pretty strong until the end of the year. At this point, my channel had gone through several name changes, and it had landed on the Infinity, which it's still called. I don't really know why I called it that. I guess it just thought it sounded cool. The uploads had really died down. I was posting less and less content because I wanted to focus more on online school, and the last video I ever posted on that channel was in November. I had downloaded TikTok on my phone in early March, so I started posting videos there under the name Comedy Dude 85. I definitely had fun making all kinds of content on there for a while, but I found that within a few months I started having more and more scroll episodes on TikTok where I was just mindlessly scroll through videos for an extended period of time. And I didn't really like doing it because it never made me feel good in the end, and it got in the way of me doing other things like living. So I deleted it in late June and I took a break for some time. Luckily, while on an RV trip, I got some inspiration from internet comedian Gus Johnson to come back to YouTube. And in late July, I started making comedy videos again under my new channel, The Teen Sketches. I would usually post videos anywhere from once a month to once a week, and I still do to this day. It was around the time that school was starting again that I was starting to feel restricted by my channel name. When you think of a channel called The Teen Sketches, you'd think that the channel would only post comedy sketches, which is how I viewed it, but I really didn't want to be restricted by that name to post only comedy, and I wanted to open up a window for me to post different kinds of content if I wanted to. Thus, I decided to change my channel name to be more true to myself. I changed the channel name to Haybale Noodles because it was a silly nickname that my brother would call me from time to time, and it sounded somewhat similar to my actual name. I definitely think they'll let my channel name be that way for a while because it's close to my name and it's silly and goofy like me. Maybe I've always loved acting for a camera or an audience, but in the end, I realized that I've always loved having fun for a camera or an audience. I think that the most important thing for anyone in the end overall is to just have fun with acting and filming and see where it goes. I'm personally very grateful and lucky to have the influences that I've had and the experiences that I've had that have changed me as a person. I'm also grateful for the 50 of you that watch my videos. Even though it's just a small number, I'm just happy to entertain you all, whether it be like family, friends, or complete strangers. I guess what I'm trying to say is just thank you all for watching my stuff. I hope I can make you laugh every now and then, and it would be much appreciated of you if you could subscribe, like the video, comment down below, turn notifications on, give me money, give me more money. Thanks again, and I'll see you all whenever, I guess. Bye!